Hey, alright guys, so how you doing this week? Hope you're all having a great week. So this week I'll be analysing the markets between the 1st of June to the 5th of June. So stay tuned and I'll see you straight after the intro. Alrighty then, so here we are in the euro dollar. So we're still in a overall. Okay, so overall we are actually still in a actual descending channel here. As you can see, it's been touching these points here several times, and this week actually we're after getting a little breakthrough. So this is a good positive note then moving forward then back into the actual bulls. Yeah, so let's zoom in and go into the 4 hour. So last week I was talking about, we were at this point here last week, right here, and I was saying once this level holds here at the 1.0845, I'll be looking for actually our TP1 to be hit, which it did. It hit our TP1 this week, which was the 1.0960, and then it came back slightly, and then up to our TP2 this week it hit as well at the 1.1020. Okay, so moving forward then into this week, what I'm looking for then is for price to come back. It's already shot through the actual descending channel and is above it at the moment, but looking for price that will actually hold down at this structural level here at the 1.0845, and for a another move up to our TP1 being the 1.1170, and quite possibly we'll get a pullback to this level, if not maybe back down to the actual descending channel, and then up to our TP2 for this week and beyond being our 1.1275. Okay, so our pound dollar. So prices came back into this descending channel at the end of this week actually. So let's go into our 4 hours. Okay, so what we're looking at then is that for price to hold at this structural level, support being the 1.2230, and then for price then to continue up to our TP1 being the 1.2513, and quite possibly we'll get a pullback to this level, and then up to the second underneath line of our descending channel being the actual 1.2638. The dollar yen. Okay, so we can still see this is the higher high, lower low. We have the actual lower high, lower low, and this is actually, we're still underneath the actual lower high, and are in the middle of our lower low. Yeah, so it's breaking this actually bearish trend line, and this week is after pushing up through it, like, you know, so that's giving a good indication that we're looking for price to continue and to go back into the actual buying mode for this week and beyond. Okay, so let's look at the actual 4 hour. So last week we were at this point here, and I was looking for a price to hold at this structural level being the 107.00, and it did, and we got a nice, actually it did hold quite well, and it's actually got a nice big engulfing candle. So I'll be looking for price then to actually hold at this level, and then to continue and to hit our TP1 being the 108.60. Okay, so for the dollar Canadian, we're in a descending channel that has touched it here several times. So what I'm looking at then is we go into the 4 hours. So last week we were at this point here, and I was saying what we're looking for then was it to go down to the south, and which it did, and it hit our actual TP1 here, being the actual 1.3930, and continued down and hit our TP2 being the 1.3750. So hope you're all making some nice pips out of these markets. So let's see then for this coming week, what we're looking at then is for price to come back up and to hold at this structural level, being the 1.3868, and then to continue down and to hit our TP1 being the 3650, and quite possibly we'll get a pullback up here and then hit our TP2 being the 1.3522, just on the bottom of the actual descending channel. Okay, so for our pound Aussie, let's go into the weekly. So we can see here this is a quite significant actual we have here. This here would have been resistance, and then it hit resistance again, and then it broke resistance, coming support here. It actually was support, hesitate, and broke, and it broke it here, and then we're looking at for its resistance, coming support again, that is going to come down and hit this level again. Okay, so okay, let's go into the daily. You can see it's coming close to it, and then into the actual 4 hour for the setups. Yeah, okay, so last week we were talking about this, we were at this point and we were saying that we were looking for this structural level to hold, being the actual 1.8680, and it was to come down and hit our TP1. So it came down and hit our TP1 being the 1.8520, and then it became actual into like a sideways move then for pretty much a lot of the week actually. Yeah, okay, so what I'm looking for then is for price then to hold at the top part of the descending channel underneath the actual structural point at the 1.8680, and then for price to continue down to our TP2 being the actual 1.8520 on the Aussie dollar. Okay, so the actual euro yen, so we can see that it's we've been in a descending channel, and it's been pretty much coming down and touching this descending channel in these specific points. Okay, so now this week it has actually ended up breaking through this here, which is looks like quite possibly early stages of going back into the bulls. Okay, so we can see here last week I was talking about actually price was here at this level, that once price holds at this level and specifically at this structural point here being the 116.55, and price will go up and hit our TP1, which it did this week. It came up and hit our TP1 being the 118.70. So okay, for this week and beyond then, what I'm looking for then is that prices after just breaking through the actual descending channel, once price holds at this level here, specifically at the bottom layer, the structural point here at the 118.55, I'll be looking for price then to come up here and hit our TP1 being the 120.95, and quite possibly a pullback, and then up to our TP2 being the 122.50, 0.23 for this week and beyond in the euro yen. Okay, so gold then is a ascending channel we're in. It's been pretty much like hitting a lot of actual sideways here for the last several weeks actually. But let's go into the 4 hour and have a look at our setups. Okay, so last week we were at this point here, and I was talking about this structural zone here. Once it holds here at the 1702.4, which it did actually, and I'm looking for price to come up and hit our TP1. Yeah, so for this week and beyond, then I'm looking for price then to come up here and to hit our TP1 being 1785 in gold. Okay, so we have the Dow here. Okay, so 2 weeks ago I was talking about that this was a actual false breakout, on which it was, and we're back into the ascending channel. Okay, the last 2 weeks like bust. So let's go into the 4 and have a look at our setups. Okay, so last week we were at this point here above the ascending channel. Okay, and I was talking about that once we get price to hold at the ascending channel and at this structural point here being the 24140, I was looking for price to come up and hit our actually TP2, which it did hit it this week, which is the 25430, because the previous week it hit our TP1, which was down here. Okay, so for this week and beyond, then what I'm looking for then is for price that it will hold at this actual point here. So quite possibly we'll get a pullback, and then actually I'm looking for price then to come up and hit our TP1 being the 26080, and quite possibly a pullback, and then to our TP2 being the 26590 in the Dow Jones. Alrighty guys, so that's it then for this week. I hope you've enjoyed that, and don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments and any queries you have. I'll get straight back to you, and look forward to hearing from you, and take care and have a good week. Alright.